Something is happening to you right now, and it's so powerful, it is happening to everyone on this planet. But all of us have control over it. And it's going to determine the actual future, not only of your personal reality, but of the planet. Have you heard of the law of assumption? I don't mean the law of attraction. This is quantum physics, and it is the very thing that is going to determine what happens in these next few months that will lay the groundwork for 2027 and beyond. I'm going to explain all of it in detail that you can change today, because what I'm about to share with you is the very big secret that the planet is going to start to understand is the ultimate truth about what we are, that's going to far exceed any disclosure about aliens, any files that come up, anything that's being discussed in detail right now will be diminished in the light of the law of assumption and how to use it. There are several things dominating the world right now. Economic collapse, fear content. AI will destroy humanity narratives, escalating geopolitical coverage. Reptilians are taking over the planet. There are underground bases that you need to worry about. And yes, movie stars are being cloned by groups out there that somehow have more power than we do, and none of that could be further from the truth. I'm going to explain to you why, and you have a choice to step out of that world that is collapsing. All of these are a frequency trap. Now, I've talked about this before because everything's a choice, even your feelings. No one makes you feel a certain way. There has to be a story that you tell yourself first to create that feeling. And where are we getting those stories from? Programming out there. What is that? It's control from a lower frequency that wants you to stay in disempowerment, because the law of assumption is so powerful. Every individual is equally powerful. There is no group above you. There is no person that has more power over you, nor do they have privilege or information that you don't have access to. Every single one of these frequency traps exists right now for one purpose: to disempower you. And the whole purpose of your journey here is to find out the truth. This is what's going to be revealed, and some of you won't hear it because you're going to be lost in the noise of the distractions of that disempowerment of lower frequency, and you're believing it. Bledsoe's contacts told him this was coming. Dolores Cannon's subjects described it from the other side, and Neville Goddard gave you the exact tool to walk through it. We're going to give you that tool today, and I guarantee you every single person on this video is going to say, yes, I've been a part of the trap. You want to turn this world around? You want to turn any situation in your life around? I'll show you how to do it in this video. Let's go. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube. I'm here to help you break through the fear. We all have skills and talents. We all contribute equally. No person, not even the prophets, had privilege. They just had different skills and duties here on earth, and it all contributes to one thing: the return to the one source, which is what we all are. Let's talk about the trap that is confirmed by the seers. Bledsoe specific content warnings about distraction is a mechanism to prevent consciousness evolution. They told him humans would face a period where their attention would be under maximum siege. Cannon's quantum healing hypnosis technique subjects, the people who made it to New Earth, are the ones who refuse to anchor their consciousness in the collapsing timeline. That is not an easy task, but you can do it, and I'll show you how. These are not metaphors. These are reports from the other side. You must refuse to anchor your consciousness in the collapsing timeline, which is screaming louder than it has ever before. The weapon they didn't tell you about, I'm going to introduce the law of assumption. If you don't know what it is, I actually didn't. If you don't know Neville Goddard, you're going to want to look him up. His core teachings are the law of assumption. This is so easy. Assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Not positive thinking. This is quantum mechanics in action. We're positive thinking because we're still set on the negative, the lack, the anger, the fear, the blame, and we want to get rid of it. So we're wishing for something else. The focus is still the negative. Assume the feelings of that which you desire. What is the law of assumption? I'm going to assume it's already done. Federico Fagin, an enlightened scientist who created the microprocessor, had an awakening and realized that you and I render at all times. This is the big fact that we know, but is going to be introduced, that secret that we actually hold the power. It's going to be introduced in a way so in your face. This is going to be the big secret. This is going to be the big thing that comes out, is that you're walking around with this power to change everything, that this is truly an illusion created by us. And you can say, I already know that, but are you really changing? Are you really changing the planet? Are you really using it? Because rendering, according to Fagin, means there is something, a thing, an event, a situation, a reality that exists already. You don't have to create it. You don't have to attract it, because whatever you focus on that you assume is, you bring in, you shift into it, it exists, and you live it. And you will see all the things around you that you don't like. Somebody was talking about spraying and all this other stuff. These are all illusions that are created and, yes, carried out by people in lower frequencies. Your focus on it renders it. It brings it into a world that will continue to exist. Is that what you want? What if you focused on clear, beautiful skies? What if you focused on loving the very person that you couldn't stand? What if you focused on forgiving your parents because you knew they were your best teachers, not people who didn't love you? They came from fear. What if you released every negative feeling right now and story that creates those feelings that are rendering a fearful, negative existence reality? The law of assumption is you have to assume the rendering that does exist to break away from all of the distractions. Movie stars aren't clones, and whether you believe they're underground bases or not, none of it's going to matter, because you focusing on it is only creating fear and fueling it. If I focus on something, I can create it. If you get a whole stadium chanting, you can't hear anything else but the chant. That's what's happening right now. And events are going to happen, and this could be related to Bledsoe, that are going to reveal a power that is so amazing. And it's not going to be a person or a thing that comes in and saves us. The reveal is you're walking around with it. You are it. The facade you see here is the experience and the adventure that the source wants to know, because it wants to know everything it can be. What's separation and hate and anger? And are you arguing with others? Do you believe there is a right and wrong? If source is all things, that's actually impossible, because it is right and it is the wrong. It is the light and is the darkness. And the rendering is whatever you assume is the truth, knowing that all these other things exist, but you're rendering what you desire. Are you addicted to the negativity? You are contributing to it. And those predictions that you hear that are horrible can come true. Why? Because they were seen by Casey, by Nostradamus, and Dolores Cannon's beings, that it will come to pass if we do not shift in the assumption of another world that we are focused on. And that's not ignoring, that's not sticking your head in the sand. Why would you not give this perfect world your undivided attention? And everything you do and create will revolve around that, and you will create it, and it is real, and everything exists for you. There are no limits. There are no limits. The observer, that's you and I, who refuses to observe the collapsing timeline, literally does not collapse into it. It's collapsing. It cannot stay stable. The basement dwellers turn on each other. Those in the penthouse shine light. They see the light in others. They shine the light. They work as community, and they become strong, because that is closest to oneness. And oneness is the power that creates all things. Rendering brings into existence what already exists. Rendering is the focus. It's the assumption. Yes, you can see horrible things going on, but you observe it briefly and you place your attention in the very reality you desire and you act upon it. You have to live it. You cannot live in that world, pollute your body, the planet, listen to the garbage, and then focus on something else. You have to focus over here, shut it down. It's only real in the basement. There's another reality that's equally as real. You get to choose it. How are we going to use this right now? It's practical. What does assuming the feeling actually look like when the news is screaming, right? I'm going to show you what to do when you catch yourself consuming fear content. The October 2026 window isn't far. Your reality now is determining which side of that threshold you cross. Why is that such a big deal? Bledsoe talks about October 2026. He actually is rendering an event. Why? Because the more people that think something's going to happen October 2026 will see something happen then. He's actually planting that out there. Whether it happens or not is really irrelevant. You are here to go into your power that creates miracles every moment. You are a sovereign creator. This is not something you become, it's what you already are. This is real quantum physics. This is science. When do we start believing it? Well, as I shared with you, someone's going to have to demonstrate something, not just that they can do, but prove that you can do it too. Bledsoe was told the beings want us to remember this. Canon subjects said the same. The law of assumption is how you walk through the fire without being burned. As Dolores Cannon said, any situation and circumstance you see now is old news. It was created by the rendering, the focus of the past. It had to be created in your past timeline in order for it to show up now. Whatever you focus on now is going to create that future, but most of you are focused on that now that was created by the negative thoughts of the past. The positive thoughts will dissolve this and things will turn around and miracles will happen. Bills will be paid. Yes, the perfect relationship for you will come in. Challenges will come, but you'll embrace them as teachings, the reason we came here, and opportunities for you to give to others. You will learn from your own challenges. You will not see them as punishment anymore. You will see your past as something beautiful that allowed you to experience things that we don't get to outside of these bodies. Right now, your mind is being pelted. It's happened to everyone on this planet. Your mind is being pelted with lies because there is no one way. So if somebody tells you this is how it is, it's a lie because there are no limits to the realities that exist right now. And if you believe that one reality, if you believe something evil, you will consume your entire energy field with negativity. And there is no way out of that except for your decision, not somebody else, not a savior, not your angels, because you have free will, and the whole point is for you to make that decision. The core of the law of assumption. First of all, assumption, assuming, means you have to saturate yourself with the very thing that you assume is true because you want to bring that into your reality. You can change anything. Everything is a wave, which is a probability, and your observation turns it into a particle, which creates the reality. That's quantum physics. Assume the wish fulfilled mentally and emotionally. Live as though your desired outcome has already happened. Now, it's the toughest thing because the past thoughts that you're experiencing now, they are now, but they're now because of a past thought. Know that the present thought is going to create the new reality. Your assumptions shape your experience. Repeated beliefs and expectations are thought to influence your behavior, perceptions, and according to proponents, external circumstances. Persist in the assumptions can be the toughest thing you do. I promise you, if you do this, if you're persistent in it, you will actually not go back to the negative thinking. It's like an addiction that you finally give up that you don't want anything to do with. Continue holding the desired assumption, even if current reality doesn't yet match it. Just know it is here. I will see that rendering appear when I stop giving this attention, and this will no longer exist anymore, and everything will switch over. Imagination is powerful. Visualization and vivid mental experiences are used to reinforce the assumption. Tony Robbins did this. This is how he worked with professional teams. Those who imagined it performed just as well, if not better, than those who practiced it on the field or basketball court. Your self-concept matters. Beliefs about who you are I am worthy, I am successful are considered foundational because they influence many other assumptions. Say it over and over again. Know it, feel it. Not feeling it, say it over and over again. And place your attention only on that. And then open yourself up to the opportunities that will start to present themselves to create that success, to create that abundance, to create that health, because all of it exists for you, my friend. All of it. Are you watching the crazy stuff? There are people on the internet speaking insane renderings and getting so high on the power that they get from you believing it. So now they're saying the most insane things because you're still believing it. Or maybe you're not, but you're watching it anyways. You are focused on it. You are focused on the very thing you say you don't believe in. Then why are you watching it? What if you focused on nothing but? This is not going to be easy because we are polluted with the negativity. It is an addiction because our brains are wired to be addicted to fear. It's exciting, isn't it? Well, we can get that high from rendering something really amazing, from helping people, from turning somebody's life around, from turning your life around, healing and knowing that was a miracle because you held that power the whole time anyways. Are you ready to step into it? You've got to shut all the negativity down because the algorithms are sending you that information. I want you to look at your YouTube channel and see what's coming through suggested. It's not because YouTube chose it. You chose it. Yeah, you're saying, no, I didn't. Yes, YouTube sees that you saw these little videos that are a little bit cray-cray, negative. Maybe this person likes it more, so they feed it. And then you say, oh, there's another one. You click on it, and now YouTube says, well, that's what they like. It's not judging anything. What are you rendering? It's time for us to recognize something huge is happening, and it's going to reveal power. Maybe it's the Hall of Records. Maybe it's something that's going to be discovered that makes us realize we're something so amazingly powerful and nothing that we've been told. Open up your mind. Get out of that box of what you've been told. That's a story. What story do you want to tell? I hope that you'll subscribe and share this video. We have to tell others that everything's coming from within. Everything's coming within. And Dolores Cannon said, those out here, those out in that world are going to be consumed in it. Going within is the power because you are not this body. You are the spirit and the force of all things that are equal. No one has favor over you. No one. The Galactic Federation doesn't favor anybody. If they did, then they would not be in the power of the light because the power of light source favors nothing. It is all things. How can it favor anything? That is separation, and it's a low frequency. Start recognizing it if you want to live in that golden world. It exists, and it's time for us to create it now. What will happen in October? I don't know. Maybe nothing. It's up to us to decide what wonderful, beautiful thing's going to step in and allow us to tap into our power, your power. I have free webinars for you to break through fear. Fear is one of the most limiting emotions. It's a story we've been telling ourselves, and it's not your story. You've been fed it by other people who believe their own stories. They are not to blame. It's been passed down, and we're going to break that cycle. Breakthrough Fear is a webinar, free webinar, and I'm teaching you how to move past it and to start rendering that new world. You can get that either here, you'll see free inspiration, or down in the description. I have products down there from companies who are living in the new world, that don't use plastic, that don't sell toxins, that don't do anything that's going to harm a planet, animal, you. Those are down there. And I have discounts, water filters. Stop putting poisons in your body. We must be diligent. Go check out that description. If you want to join my YouTube channel, I meet every Sunday and we talk about this. It's pretty amazing. Wonderful discussions. One of my students said, I always feel so good when I come out of there because it takes me into the world I know exists, that I believe it. This is a download that I wrote, and it's time for you to discover it. It may be the last spiritual book that you ever have to read. There's nothing wrong with earning money, doing good things. There's nothing wrong with abundance. Billionaires can do amazing things. There's nothing wrong with health. You don't need to be punished for anything you've done. There's nothing wrong with perfect relationships when you think you're not worthy, because you are worthy, and there's somebody out there who's going to love you and see the beauty in you. All things are possible, my friend, because you're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. It's all illusion. We're creating the illusion. You want to join me in a new one? It's happening right now. I'll see you there. Namaste.